Welcome back to week 2 in Belfast. We saw the ship from outside the dock, that was the photos, and then we went looking for the peace wall that is in Belfast. We found some of the walls and the gates that are still locked at 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. every day. The peace walls are there basically to keep the Catholics and the Protestants safe from each other, and the Catholics want to pretty much make it one Irish country, and then the Protestants want to keep it British. That night we went to a cabaret show that was playing Mamma Mia, the karaoke version, so that was fun. Enjoy. As you can see, the singing was all over the place, but we did have a lot of fun. One of the activities that we got to go on was to Londonderry. This was where Bloody Sunday happened. It was heart-wrenching, the story. So this is actually one of the cities in Ireland that still has a full wall around it. Some of the residents like to call it Londonderry, some of them just call it Derry. There are definitely two sides to the story, and our guide said his father down in the bog, he couldn't even get a job because of where he was from. There was a really big statue that stood overlooking the bog. It was 100 feet tall. It was called the Royal Bastion, and after Bloody Sunday in 1972, the IRA decided in 1973 they'd blow it up. Our guide said it was the worst kept secret because pretty much everyone down there was there watching it happen. Now in Londonderry, the Guildhall is something to behold. It is so beautiful, and they've probably got the most amazing organ there I have ever seen. So the organ has 3,132 pipes, and it was blown up. And so was Queen Victoria, and she's lost her hands, but they reconstructed it. Mark and I then walked down to the bog to go and see the Bloody Sunday monument that they have, and we got to see all these beautiful pictures on the walls and the tributes to the people that were lost. They were actually just protesting that day because there was a law that had been passed and that people could be interned without trial. They were going to take people away and put them in jail for no real reasons, and they just wanted civil rights. On the 30th of January 1972, they marched, and 13 people were killed and 14 others were injured. And on the 15th of June 2010, 12 years of an inquest that followed finally found the innocent victims of this innocent, and that the British soldiers had done the wrong. That was hard. And when we got back to our hotel, we were at the Hilton at this time, we found that we could see our ship from our window, just the smokestack. We've got the most amazing views here. And over the river there, you can see Mark said, "Hey look, the wind's blowing and making a heart in the water," which was pretty cool, and took a photo. Saturday the 1st of June we went to a market, and they had a fabulous ukulele band. They were great to listen to. I was fascinated by a bass ukulele. Listen to this. We went for a walk towards the SS Nomadic, which we still had to see after visiting the Titanic Museum. And so we we're on our way there when we found this sound yard. When you walk on it, it puts hammers around these tubes that make sound of what would have been like in the docks back in the time. A photo of the Lego Titanic there just from my brother Murray. We found these buoys that we came across, and a lady was having a lunch there, and she actually said that when she was a kid she remembers playing under them. They were used as water fountains. That was a cool story. So the SS Nomadic story is, it is the tender for the Titanic. It was used when they docked at Cherbourg, and it was quite a large ship actually, so it came next to the Titanic, and they opened up the hull, and then they had to load the passengers and luggage onto this tender. There's the different sizes there, but she is beautiful. That's the toilets, and they are working toilets, which is great. But as we walked through, there was some realism to what was going on in the day. Now, they have these tiny little hatches that all the men would walk around the ship unnoticed through these tunnels. And Mark tried to see if he would fit through one of those hatches, and he really wouldn't have managed to make it. But it was really neat seeing how it would have worked back then. Now, on the bridge, there's your steering wheel, of course, and they used a compass and that bell ringing thing that tells the people down in the engine room what they're supposed to be doing. The dry dock had a old, looked like a boat, but it was what they actually put in between to stop the water flow. Now, that was also pretty cool. The 2nd of June bought a trip back to the Odyssey to check out her progress. And as we'd been delayed, they wanted to give us, that surety that things are actually happening. We enjoyed seeing what was happening and the fact that it was coming along so well. Still disappointed, of course, that we didn't get to go yet. Obviously, our safety is the first priority here. Stay tuned for our next episode.